How do you live like that? Don't tell me to let go, right? Because like, it's like, for those of you who get it, right? This isn't about letting go. Like, I'm as free as I possibly can be without compromising my most basic fundamental human values. The capacity to care for another person. The capacity to genuinely want to help another person. Like, that is just the basis, right? If I want something, I gotta work for it. It's not a guarantee, but you know, take some responsibility. Laugh at yourself once in a while. Don't laugh at others, laugh at yourself. Lift people up with your comedy, not tear them down. Have some self-respect. When you engage in a friendship or a relationship or with an acquaintance or a partner, you should want to better each other, but that also includes your character. If they go about and openly, when they're hanging around with you, dog on someone else in public, you shouldn't feel pride about that, but rather you should be taking actions to say, hey, what are you doing? That's embarrassing. You're embarrassing not just yourself, but me by virtue of being in proximity with you. That's embarrassing. I wouldn't want to get with someone like that. That's why oh my God, this is a topic altogether, right? It's like these people come here when some of these women were still, like I tell you, I've been, like, you see this ring, okay? But I guess when I didn't have a ring on, it doesn't matter anyways, but the way that they won't be so attention seeking, and if you don't reciprocate that, or if they see you and they think that, you know, they're trying to make a point about how the fact that, you know, he would be, oh, I've had these brats, these spoiled brats come up to you and be like, oh, testing your patience like blood samples, saying, oh, he would be such a bad man. What the fuck are you talking about? My friends have grandkids. I'm among that circle. You don't know me. You don't know a single thing about us. Nothing about us and our relationships. You don't know our lives, what we've been through, what we've struggled, what we've overcome. You don't know our loved ones. You don't know what we have together. But the audacity and the nerve for them to come here, and they would accuse you of having the nerve and audacity to retaliate to their bullshit. And they come up to you. And they go, oh, not come up to you. They don't have the balls the cojones to come up to you. These brats come out here with their little girlfriends, and they're like, oh, he's such a bad man. Oh, I had to hold in my laughter for so long. That was all throughout 2022, 2023, 2024, 3 years back to back. All these horrible freaks out there coming out here accusing that you wouldn't get with me? The hell? I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. Fuck it, a 10-foot pole. I wouldn't be within your vicinity, a 10-mile radius. Given how paranoid, delusional, oversensitive, but it's like lack of character, lack of integrity, lack of priorities. Some of them are working some of them are just arrived in this country. Some of them were born in this country and they're not even graduated yet. Some of them have a huge track record and their relationships are all train wrecks. They're just full-blown train wrecks. Why would I ever want to get with you? It's the other way around. It's crazy. Oh my God. She was sweet. She actually knew how to love. She was comforting. She was welcoming. She was someone I could depend on, someone I could trust. She wasn't like you. The nerve. That's why we've been all together for this entire life. You think I would spend even 10 seconds with you? freaks. And now they have a boyfriend. They can't keep they have their husband, and they try to like tout that in front of you. It's like, for God forbid, all the drama that I've seen you've had with each other, I already knew that you were a train wreck for each other, and now you're trying to tout it as if there's something you've got against. Can you just, oh God. Just leave me alone. Leave other people alone, all right? If you don't have anything good to say, then just shut up. If you have something worth contributing, if you're just having here for a regular conversation, a casual, then fine. That would be welcome. But every time they open their mouth, it's gotta be trying to like take someone down to their level. To make them feel better about themselves, because now they're no longer, I guess, I suppose they don't see themselves as inferior if everyone else is inferior too. Where do you even get this inferiority complex from? Why do you even evaluate things in terms of superior and inferior as better or worse like that? And why is, and if you are going to be judgmental and you're going to evaluate things, why is it always so goddamn fucking superficial? So shallow? When someone tries to help you, you use that, turn it against them, and then you go back after you've acquired all the information that you could extract from them, and then you throw at their face. Look at how much I accomplished using the tips and advice that you gave. When we forced it out of you by bullying and abusing the hell out of you. Like, what the fuck? Like, genuinely good-natured people. You're proud to use them. You take pride and amusement in that. What is wrong with you? You're sick. I'm sorry guys, this is a vent. Because I have a topic, and the topic is literally, I am finding it so difficult right now to depersonalize and make things as objective as they used to be. And I want to maintain the objectivity. But the stimulus hasn't gone away. These people haven't gone away. They're still here. They're just hiding it. And whenever they get the chance, they're trying to sneak something in. Literally at the Toronto Reference Library, just yesterday. 2 weeks ago at the Mars Discovery. And these are people who have a lot of power, obviously. So it's gonna be at like a high-end region like Yorkville Mall. Another is like, you know, one of those like Starbucks coffees in a downtown core next to the Toronto Reference Library. Some of them are librarians and behave like this. You would wonder, like I said before, you would wonder, right? A librarian behaving like this. You're at a fucking library where people come here to work and study and work on their business. The Mars Discovery District is a research facility for entrepreneurs to connect and, you know, provide innovations that will benefit society. And yet half the conference, when they see someone here they don't like, they go on. And what do? It's so toxic, you know. I know I'm not the only one seeing this, right? Like, I'll give like one example, but I mean, there are plenty of examples. I know I'm not the only one, obviously, right? I was in the elevator when I was getting a blood test at Toronto General Hospital, and, you know, 2 nurses got in, and, you know, one nurse and one who was like a porter from like a different, you know, probably working retail came in as like a supplier, and these 2 young women were discussing how, you know, when I was in the elevator, how toxic their colleagues are. It's just non-stop gossip about other people. And now, of course, it sounds like, well, they're gossiping too. Well, yeah, they're gossiping about gossipy people. Don't try to tell me that's the same, because it's not, right? Because God forbid, yeah, I'm gonna say it. I'm intolerant towards intolerant behavior. I'm not gonna stand for awful shit. They have every right to call out bad behavior. Say something, see something. Yeah, say something, see something if something is really an issue. Don't say anything if there's not an issue. And then why would you ostracize or try to condemn someone for speaking out about things that are actually broken, dysfunctional, and just goddamn fucking evil and vile? And I don't mean evil in a religious sense. I just mean vanity, arrogance, snide, condescending, sadistic, hostile. That's what I mean. Narcissism, sociopathy, Machiavellianism, the dark tetrad. That's what I mean. What, you can't speak about that, but you would speak openly about stupid things like, that quiet kid on the corner, he always keeps to himself. He has no friends, what a loner, ha ha ha. Or that poor girl over there, look at her. She's been single for 3 years, couldn't find a relationship. She must be such a poor partner. No, bitch. Fucking mean girl, shut the fuck up. Let me tell you why she's alone. Because she's actually secure. She's got that self-worth that you keep talking about all the time, but it's not. It's just plain old confidence. She's stable and secure, and she's comfortable with herself. She doesn't have to be in a relationship in order to get narcissistic supply and vanity from her partner, to hide and distract herself from her own insecurities. She's just fine on her own. So is he. Doesn't need the peer pressure. Doesn't need the validation. Doesn't need the attention-seeking bullshit or the drama to keep them running. That's someone I can respect. That's someone who would be my friend. That's someone who I could call family. And I don't need to be with them, right? I'm just totally fine with them living their lives separately, and because we're all independent and secure on our own. It's not that hard. It just involves some introspection and self-reflection, some self-awareness, being honest with yourself. Oh my God. I'm so sorry that turned into a venting session. I'm so sorry this turned into a venting session. I don't know, maybe this can be related. Maybe some of you listening, well, I know that some of you can relate because you guys you listen and join in on the podcast and the episodes, and I appreciate the company because some of you get it. But it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating dealing with these covert and grandiose flip-flop narcissists and these impulsive borderlines and malignant borderlines, and these mixtures of antisocial, and they don't have to be the full-blown disorders. They can just be a jackass and asshole without having to be as extreme as a diagnosed disorder. Half the time people aren't even diagnosed anyways. People who have these cluster B tendencies and are psychologically ill and damaging society and other people in their relationships and even strangers, they don't get diagnosed because they don't see that there's anything wrong with them. So it doesn't even matter whether they get diagnosed with a disorder or not. They just think they're normal. What's that song from Taylor Swift, What's that song? Repeat the chorus after me. Rather stare at the sun than look in the mirror. They'd rather stare at the sun than look in the mirror, distract themselves with all their success and wealth and riches and their, posse and clique, then actually examine themselves in the mirror for the kind of person that they really become. Because they couldn't be comfortable and sit down with themselves. And the worst part is, right? I know that I have to hold myself accountable here, right? So I'm going to again give a counter argument because I'm trying to be as objective as possible. The truth is, I also have to acknowledge that there are people who, once they take away those distractions, whether it's the money or their partner or their clique or their posse, right? There are those of them out there who, yes, are uncomfortable and are just trying to, like, those are the unstable narcissists out there who have insecurity and they're just trying to fake it all, right? But then there are actual sociopaths and actual, like, not just narcissists, like narcissists, grandiose and vulnerable, as well as like various subtypes of borderline as well, provided that, you know, the borderline still has the fear of abandonment, right? But and the attachment styles are coming with anxious, fearful, avoidant, right? Well, avoidant, I don't know. In some sense, avoidant can be a little bit more secure, but some of them, once you take away their distractions and take away their success, and they took away and they stopped distracting themselves with their, you know, materialism, or their, you know, their counterpart, their partner who's shielding them from all this criticism and self-reflection. Once you take that all away, there are a few of them, there's a substantial proportion of them who actually are able to just sit there and not feel any discomfort because they're actually just like that. So actual antisocials. They don't have to be a full-blown, like I said, antisocial personality disorder. They don't have to be a full-blown psychopath or a full-blown sociopath. They just have no capacity to care for other people, and so they just don't care when they do things like that to other people. They don't have to sit with anything because there's nothing to sit with. They don't feel any remorse, or they feel a tiny sliver of it when they hurt someone else and destroy and ruin their lives. It's exactly like, you know, when you watch one of those, like, you know, in the 90s, the Jerry Springer show, or Dr. Phil, right? Or Judge Judy, you know, in the States, and oh God. And then there's a case example I just watched today, right? Where there's this black family, right? You know, it's a very, you know, he's like a 50-year-old man or a 60-year-old man, husband, I guess, divorced with his wife. And then there are 3 adult kids, 3 daughters, look like they're 15, 20, and 20 something. So they're adult daughters, basically. And she just lied for 25 years. The divorced wife just lied, took custody of all 3 daughters, and lied, that accused him, spread those lies to all her daughters, that her ex-husband tried to rape one of the children. Oh, and then they did the whole lie detector test and everything, and you found. And you know what? This was covered by Abba and Preach, if you know the channel, Abba and Preach. So, and so when she was called out for it by the host, you know what she replied with, right? It was not an ounce of remorse. She asked her, she destroyed his life with the slander and rumors and false allegations. He was just a loving father who just wanted to be there for his 3 daughters, and she destroyed him and removed. The worst part is not what she did to her ex-husband, is what she did to all 3 of her daughters. She deprived her 3 daughters of a fatherly figure for 25 fucking years, and was proud of it, because when the host called her out, and the host is a woman, a down-to-earth woman, called her out and said, "What are you doing? We just caught you lying." And then you said to your husband, "Why didn't you fight the allegations?" No sense of self-worth, no sense of remorse, no sense of guilt or shame, no sense of responsibility, no sense of accountability whatsoever. She just ruined his life, ruined any fatherly figure for her own children, for her own 3 daughters. And her excuse there was, why didn't the fatherly figure who she slandered and made a full-blown criminal accusation, she asked, why didn't he fight it harder? It's his fault that she ruined his life and that she ruined her daughter's life. It's their fault that she mouthed about, and she was mouthy about a full-blown fucking lie. That's the kind of people that we're normalizing now? That's what we want to call a norm? That's healthy? You're kidding, right? What a joke!